building an audience that attracts quality clients into your DMs. So, hi guys, it has been a hot minute since I did, any live or pre-recording trainings. Christmas happened, and then in the new year, I got flu, and I figure coughing and snotting all over you and at you wasn't the look that I wanted to go for. So thank you for your patience, and to those that reached out to check in, I really appreciate you. Thank you. So for those that are tuning in for the first time, I'm Claire, and I help people to grow their online business, a personal brand around their life, and not the other way around. A business that's fun, exciting, and eliminates all the notion that you have to hustle hard or compromise your integrity, doing the things that absolutely don't align with you and your personality. The hub gives the opportunity for you to get insights on how to build a six-figure business through different strategies and methods, and where you can get the lowdown on things like social media optimization and monetization, attraction, content creation and audience building, personal branding, sales conversations and humanizing your process, and hell yes offers that sell out fast, and all the bits in between that might be keeping you from moving forward in your business. So it gives me the opportunity to build that goodwill with my audience and deliver on high value training and resources that will pre-sell you on who I am, what I'm about, how I help people, and without having to jump into the DMs and arm wrestle, with my offers and my services. So today we're covering a question that one of my members asked, and who is experiencing a similar frustration in regards to building an audience that attracts quality clients into your DMs. Now, before I go on, there's going to be two juicy parts to this. So if you've not yet hit that subscribe, then go ahead and do it now so you can get both parts. So the first question that you need to ask yourself is, am I operating my business from a place of a what's in it for me mindset, with the only focus on making sales, or am I executing my process with a nothing in return mindset? Okay, so don't get me wrong. We're all in business to make money. Our business needs to be profitable. But if you're only in it to make money, then you're going to be setting yourself up for a lot of disappointment. We're in the people business. We're in a business of people, and delivering our services. And so building those connections and relationships with your client has to come before you can expect people to just whip out that credit card and swipe the plastic. You have to lead with what's in it for them mindset. So, the online space has really changed. We're not in 2014 anymore. And 2023 had a radical change. 2024 is going to get, well, even more sophisticated. So, methods like sales calls, warming webinars, and cold selling in the DMs are dead and buried. To be honest, they're 6 feet under already. And genuine marketers were jumping on these changes that's taking them from the hustle culture to creating easy, faster revenues and giving them more time freedom within their business. They were jumping on these last year, and there are so many new and upcoming courses and programs and coaches that are not making the change and opting to work harder longer and add more and more stuff to what they're already doing. So eventually it will force them to make the actual changes or keep them stagnant. And if not, then they're just going to disappear to Facebook cemetery. So what are these changes? I know that you're dying to know, so let's go for it. Okay, so lots of marketers are using their platform as billboards for their programs and pushing their 10-figure mentors, and basically they're chasing leads. And I hate to use the words leads, I just find it so dehumanizing, but they're chasing these leads in the DMs and they're convincing them and arm wrestling with them. They're burning bridges before any real genuine connections and quality conversations have been had. They're putting the leads in a free challenge, and they're collecting all the details to get that free thing, and you're trying to get them on a 60 to 90 minute strategy call and then invest into a 12 week program that they may or may not find useful. And this leads to a very churn and burn mentality, which, it worked a few years ago, but it doesn't work anymore. Also, for someone who is working a full-time job and trying to build their online business, it's an absolute killer. And trust me, I've been through the trenches myself, and it's unsustainable. Your market and people are really looking for expert help and your expertise. They're craving that connection with you, real people and not robots. People have gotten more sophisticated and more protective with their time and energy, and quite rightly so. So as marketers and coaches and online business people, it's up to us to meet these challenges and changes in the market, or we're gonna get left behind. And maybe you've noticed it right now. Maybe you're not making sales and enrolling new clients as frequent as usual. Your prospects, they're doing their research on you and your competition long before they even talk with you. They're checking you out before they've even sent you a friend request or before they've even accepted your friend request. And I get multiple messages from people who will scan through my profile before sending a friend request and say how different my content is compared to, other people's. And they're really intrigued. And I can count on two hands people that have never engaged on my stuff, that I've not had a business conversation with yet, and they've reached out to me and said something like, hey, I'm pretty sure, that you can help me. I love what you're doing. You seem to be doing things differently. How can I get to work with you? And those kind of messages, they're every marketer's dream, right? And what is weird is that's the actual opposite of what these gurus will teach you in their programs. And so it took me completely out of the high ticket and marketing rat race, and the hustle culture, and the competing for leads and clients and customers. And most organic marketers are taught to these shiny dollar signs and into a free thing where they can warm up those leads and then try to close them and make a sale with people who may or may not be a good fit for their offer. And it leads them to may or may not invest. So this is playing the numbers game at its finest, and things are completely reversing now. So your potential client is already scrolling through your profile. They're already checking you out. So you have to be prepared to take your customers on a journey with you so that they can identify themselves and that you are someone who can help them with their specific needs. Be more human in your process. Connecting and talking with people online is no different to how you would connect and talk to people offline is treat people like people and not a transaction. Be interested in them rather than trying to see where you can pitch them or thinking about the best way to word your offer to them. Actively listen to their needs so that you can identify where they are at and if you can actually help them. And through those conversations, you can start to create content, resources, and trainings that give them some kind of actionable steps, small wins in their businesses, and start to build a genuine bond and trust with people. You see, every single lead is going to fall into a different level of awareness, and most people, they don't actually really know the next steps that they need in the business. In fact, there's a very small percentage of people who know exactly what they're looking for based on their needs, and only those will be ready to buy now. I've had a handful of people who have connected, binged through my content, and within 7 to 14 days have asked me to send them the payment link. And that's why putting out relevant content consistently is the bones of your business, so that you're meeting people as they are coming in. Some people, they're going to know what they're looking for, they're going to know what they need, they're going to see your content, they're going to know that you can help them. Bam, 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 they want to work with you. Some people are not going to know what they need yet, so they're consuming your content, they're getting to know you, they're seeing more and more about what you do and how you help people, and then they're realizing through your content what they actually need and that you're the person that can help them. And they're waiting for an indication that they can truly trust you. They're waiting for a reason to say, you know what, I trust this person and I think that they can really help me. And this is evolved through the message that you're providing. When I went from a general message to a specific message and addressing general problems to addressing specific problems that somebody is suffering with right now, and going from that general sort of challenge to something that they are challenged with right now in the present, it made things so much more easier and way more fun. When you start outlining what the problem is costing them, and I don't mean just financially, when you're really painting the picture in your content, whether that's within your posts, your reels, your stories, you want to really show them that you have a clear and specific plan for them, so that you can help them to remove that specific problem. If they don't see that you have a specific and clear plan to help them, it is going to take longer for you to build that trust, and it will take longer for them to feel that you can actually help them with their problem, within their specific situation. You see, the old way, they tried to shorten down the cycle by pushing themselves onto potential prospects with cold DMs and uninvited qualifying questions, and trying to push them through lots of sales or strategy calls, however you like to call them, which in return, it damages your energy. It exhausts your time. You spend so much time being rejected and starting the whole process each day and burning through all these strangers and the people that you call leads, who are not actually leads at all. And before any income results have been hit, and any consistent ROI, 90% of people burn out and disappear, and a tiny 10%, like myself, go through the doors to the most ethical and streamlined processes of marketing and growing your business. So the thing is, quality people, real serious marketers that you're really wanting to attract, are far more sophisticated. They're looking at you and probably looking at your offers and asking themselves, does this person get me? Does this person understand my specific situation and what I'm going through? More importantly, do they have a plan for me? And they're doing this long before any conversation has sparked in the DMs. So now what's happening is that fewer and fewer people sign up for the warming thing. They don't want to jump on those sales calls anymore because everyone's energy and time is valuable. Because people have learned that these old patterns, these mass marketing tactics, that have been, thrown around are dying out. So one of the things that I wanted to eliminate in my business was cold DMs and sales calls. Because let's face it, your client doesn't like sales calls because they know that they are going to be pitched at the end. And it's awkward. And it's so time consuming for both parties. And it's hard to detach yourself from that sale when you're spending so much time on a call. So just think about your own buying triggers. I know when I invested, I looked at the profile. I looked at, how can they help me? How are they helping people? It was their content that sealed the deal. Now, I class myself as a quality client, someone who is not afraid to make those investments into myself and into my business. And I've easily invested over 60K so far. And my time is valuable. That's why I ditched my aesthetics clinic to work online, because time flexibility was my goal. And so I know that I didn't want to go through the drawn out sales phase to get started, to invest in something. I was already 99% sold through their content, through their pre-selling content. So, I might just want to ask them a few questions. When does it start? So yeah, think about how you feel and how you would do things when investing in yourself. And that's why when I enroll new students, new clients, they won't ask for a sales call. They won't ask for a free thing. They don't need lead magnets. We simply, share a few messages in the chat, and they ask for the sales page, the payment details, because they're already pre-sold and pre-qualified and convinced that I can help them. So this whole sales strategy isn't just saving you a whole ton of time and energy, but it's saving your prospects time and energy too. And it's shortening the length of time from the conversation to the transaction. The right people, they want access to you and your offer, and they want it right now. They're ready to get started. But if you're still running people through webinars, sales calls, cold messaging, cold calling, and you're not being totally clear on your messaging, then you're losing a ton of opportunities right now. When you simply allow people to jump in your DMs from your content, you find out about what they're currently doing, and if they qualify, you send them the offer or the voice note, and it makes your time online, it makes showing up for your business so much more fun. And it's so much simple. It humanizes the whole process. But if you're not using your content strategically, to get your message across and people into your DMs, then it's going to be losing you quality clients every single day. People are closing 5k plus deals through chat. People spend more money online now than in shops. So money is not the objection. So if you don't want to do sales calls, if you have a full-time job and you're trying to build your online business around that, if you already have a high ticket offer and you've been struggling to make conversions, or you're currently creating and posting content for weeks on end, but you're unable to generate quality leads or consistent cash flow, check out REBORN The Collective Circle so that you can leverage the art of content creation to maximize that lead flow and that sales opportunity. And message me directly if you have any questions about anything above, and if you need more clarity on creating assets and content, that's really going to elevate your game and build those meaningful connections. Feel free to shoot me over a message, and I'll be happy to share those insights with you and dive a little bit more on this. And again, if you didn't hit that subscribe, then go ahead and do so that you can get the next part of this training. Ciao for now.